Yeah. So I think everyone's back. So Andre, you can get started whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, hi everybody. My name is Andre Rattray. I am the Assistant Director of Club Sports and Esports here at Western Michigan University. Um, I have been here for about, I think this is starting on my 6th year now. And so I'm really excited to talk to you guys a little bit about our esports program and how, how we involve our students and how it got to campus and everything like that. And if there's any questions throughout, please don't hesitate to ask. And with that, we can go on to the first slide or the next slide. So a question that we sometimes get a lot is what exactly is esports? I do believe that most of you all kind of know, have a general idea what esports is, but it is a multiplayer video gaming, and which has grown into having spectators and professional gamers. And the platforms that is mostly played on these days are PC. You can play right on your mobile phone, and then also the consoles. At Western, we primarily play on PCs, but we are looking to potentially have opportunities to do mobile gaming as well as hopefully some console games here in the near future. I think it is getting pretty hard still to get our hands on Xboxes and PlayStations. So I think once we'll hopefully get that as part of our program as well. We'll go on to the next one. So how it's consumed, people are typically watching on your Twitch streams, whether you're following a specific person or you're following a team. You can watch all the games on Twitch. A lot of gamers also have their YouTube channels, and then now recently, I think they have Facebook gaming. Over the last few years, they have been estimated that esports and the viewership is gonna continue to grow to the point where it's going to be second in line behind the Super Bowl. But the prediction was by the end of next year, they'll have over almost 90 million in viewership for a year. And so if you think about like how everybody is, sits down and watches Super Bowl, that's what they're anticipating for gaming viewership in the future. Next one. And because of all the excitement and the interest in gaming, we've also had a lot of opportunities for jobs in esports. And the nice thing about esports is very similar to like the traditional sports. You don't necessarily have to be a gamer in order to play to work in esports. They have multiple jobs throughout the industry, just like they do with your quote unquote traditional sports. The top 5 jobs that they have right now that they're creating are management, which is kind of similar to kind of what I do, marketing, software engineering, which is basically creating your video games, content creation, so the things that we're seeing on our social media outlets, and then obviously managing the social media of the teams, the professionals, and everything like that. So if you are interested in looking at what type of jobs that they're going to visit Hitmarket, and that is where your one-stop shop for all the potential jobs. And I think the most important thing about looking at this is you can see kind of what it is that they're looking for as you guys are still trying to figure out what you want to do in college as professionals. I mean, you have a long way to go before you get into college to make that decision, but it's a good idea to kind of look at for any job to see kind of what are some of the skills and that these companies are looking for, and then you can cater your education towards making sure that you have an opportunity to gain any job that you're looking for. So just like any traditional job, the same thing with esports, make yourself valuable to the to the company and that wants to hire you. So definitely take a look at hitmarkerjobs.com and kind of see what that looks like. And as of right now, the biggest jobs are the most job growths are kind of across the country, California, Texas, New York. I know Illinois is starting to pick up a little bit, but I do believe that as esports continues to grow across the country, you'll see more opportunities right here in Michigan as well. Next one. So here's the stuff that I find most exciting. We get to talk a little bit about WMU E-Sports and what that program looks like here at the university. So how did we get esports? The guy who's sitting on the computer right there, that is President Montgomery. He brought the esports here. We had an opportunity to provide a proposal to him. He looked through about, I think, almost 100 different proposals from across the university who were thinking about different exciting programs to bring to make, to change the university and how we can make it a little bit more exciting and fun and attract a lot of great students like yourself. And of all those proposals, President Montgomery thought that esports was up and coming and a fun, great opportunity for you all, especially to talk about some of the skills and things that you need moving forward. So through the President's Transformation Initiative, he brought esports to Western Michigan. With that, we then were able to go through the process of starting the program, and we built an arena. And I'll talk about the arena here in the next slide and some of the club teams. So with that was also our club team and the arena. And then if we move on to the next slide, I can talk a little bit about the arena. Awesome. So the arena is a repurposed theater. So we have 36 gaming computers, 12 face cameras, and we have one big computer that helps control all of our computers, which is our vMix computer. And then the whole arena is fitted with lights and sound. So we have the strobe lights and the theater lights, and then we have a big surround system. If you see, I know it's kind of hard to see with everything, but in the top left picture, that shows kind of what it looks like from the from the theater plates. So there's two big projectors up there. So once we have an opportunity to have competitions and our teams are competing there, you can see their faces as they're playing throughout the entire game. You can see all the emotions in which they're going through while they're going. And then at top, you can also see the gameplay and how they're going through each game. So super exciting, a lot of fun. And then one of the other things that we really pride ourselves on is the production studio where we control the computers, the lights, and the sounds, and everything in our building is student ran. So if you are looking for an opportunity, if you're not that good of a gamer, but you do have a desire to, or a passion or something to work in esports, and you want to figure out how you can, be a part of it, this is a great opportunity. We make sure that all our students are in the planning process of each event. They're controlling the lights, they're controlling the sound, they're communicating with our shoutcasters. That's another shoutcasting basically is another form of broadcasting. So when you are watching your traditional sports and you hear the commentators talking throughout the entire game, that's exactly what we have at esports. So we have that opportunity as well, and all of that is controlled in our production studio. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, that is an opportunity for us as well. And we can go on to the next slide. So with the arena, we also had an opportunity to create some competitive teams. And right now we have 6 teams. Hopefully some of these games look pretty familiar to you all. We have Overwatch, League of Legends, Valorant, Rocket League, CSGO, and Rainbow Six. and which consists of about 60 to 80 players. I think we're kind of right there in the middle, about 70 right about now. We have tryouts every year to start the school year. So you don't have, if you are interested in coming to the university and you want to try out, everybody has an opportunity to go. And every year at the end of the year prior, we always have a conversation about what games that we want to play and to compete in this year. And these are the 6 that we have this year. We also have Super Smash tournaments as well. And for our intramurals, so I guess let me backtrack. So these 6 teams are teams that we play against other schools across the country. That's the nice thing about esports. We can be sitting in our arena at Western Michigan and be playing a team all the way in Texas or play in California. Sometimes one of our teams actually played a team in Alaska, so that was pretty cool. We also have opportunities for them to come here as well if they want to play. We brought teams from Michigan, we brought teams from Illinois, we brought teams from Indiana, and this year we're going to have some teams coming in from Ohio as well. So you have an opportunity to, like the traditional sports, play against a team that's sitting right there next to you. We also have another thing called intramural sports, where that's where you play against teams that are formed within the university. So if you don't want to play at the competitive level, you just want to play for a little bit more recreationally, more fun, you can put a team together and then you can play a little tournament, and it's less time consuming as well. And so we have that opportunity. So one of the games that we also do there will be our traditional sports. We do our Madden tournaments, our NBA 2K tournaments. We have our Mario Kart tournaments. So we have all these opportunities there for you guys to play in any way, shape, or form if you're interested. And then we can go on to the next one. And so some of the things that we talk about. So our team, we treat our team as if they are a varsity team, and so we have academic expectations. But then we're very proud of that. The average GPA for our team was 3.0. In addition to all that, we have an opportunity to help them build skills that I think will help them win, compete, but also help in just life. So they make a lot. They really thrive on the community aspect of it, where they are making friends. A lot of the times I've heard some of my players say like they are so happy that they had an opportunity to play esports. They've met some people that they never knew were here, because obviously you're playing your games in your room, and they make connections that are going to last them through college and maybe even farther. Well, some of the things that our coaches are emphasizing with them as they're playing is growth mindsets, so continually finding ways to improve your game and your skills within the game, and that is something that you always want to have with you in everything that you're doing. You always want to try to find ways to get better and better at anything you're doing, whether it's your gaming, your health, your work, anything like that. So we want to teach those skills: teamwork, communication, discipline, and then muscle memory. So our team practice about 2 to 3 times a week, and they're going through video reviews. One thing that I also didn't add in here is that we also make sure that we're providing them information about having a healthy lifestyle, so eating right, getting enough sleep, and making sure that they are somewhat, in some way, shape, or form, find ways to be active. We're not we're not in the traditional aspect of it where they have to go in the weight room and lift every single day, or 2 or 3 times a week. We don't have to do that, but we do want them to go to the rec center, play a sport, or get together as a team, like maybe go outside for a walk while it's still nice, things to make sure that they're staying active, because once they have that healthy body, it helps with the healthy mind, and it translates onto the games, and we're competing at a high level. And that's what we always want to try to make sure we're doing, competing at a high level. And so with that I believe is all that I have. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I have a question. So, does esports offer scholarships as well for the players?
Yeah, that's a really really good question. As of right now, we don't offer scholarships for our players, but I do know that some schools are offering scholarships, some form of scholarship. There's only one school that I know of right now that actually offers like full scholarships, and that is Harrisburg out in Pennsylvania. But outside of that, most schools are maybe giving like partial or just something that maybe help with like offset some type of cost. But we're not quite there yet. I think we are hoping to move into a varsity platform at some point in time, and then from there we'll see how we do and if we can potentially look at providing some type of form of scholarship for our players in the years to come.
That's very cool. Thank you. I had a question. So for those of us who maybe like me don't play any of these games, at least to this skill level maybe, and they maybe watch gaming on YouTube or on Twitch, but they want to do something social. Are there events that you have where you can go in person and watch these players compete or practice, like a weekly thing or a monthly thing for students?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So we with the arena has a capacity of 190 spectator seats, and our teams will be hosting different events and different competitions throughout the year. And as we're slowly starting to finalize our schedule for the year, it is super exciting. Everybody knows, where we've been the last 18 months and not being able to do some things in person. So we're really excited about the opportunity to have some things in person. We will have, I think as we finalize the schedule, we're looking at potentially having a Rocket League tournament here in early October, a League of Legends tournament, an Overwatch tournament, and a Valorant tournament, I believe, somewhere in November. So once we get the schedule finalized, you can go to our website and look and see what some of those dates. And then also, as we get everything back up, WMU E-Sports is our handle for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So you can follow us on those platforms and get all the information that you need, as well as get to learn a little bit more about our players and our program.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So if anyone has questions, you can put them in the chat.
I have another question. I saw one of those games but I didn't see Fortnite nor Call of Duty Warzone. It's like, do you guys talk about those games at all? It's like the ones that I know that I played before. You guys have like tournaments about that or no?
Yeah, that's a great question. So every year we make a decision on what games that we want to play based on the student interest. So I'm actually going to answer your question, and I want to see if you guys can answer a question for me. So what we do is we work with our students and we determine which games that we want to play. So when we first started off, we had a Fortnite team, and we had and we actually currently do have a Call of Duty team. So I think I forgot to put that on the PowerPoint, but the interest in Fortnite has kind of, at least for our students, kind of went down. So we ended up not filling the team last year. And then we decided not to have one this year. Now we have the games on the computer. So like if there is a large interest to have a Fortnite team, then we're definitely going to bring it back. But I am curious, like what are some of the games that you all are playing at home, whether it's PC or mobile or whatever, or even console?
I guess I can go first.
Okay.
I usually don't lean towards competitive games. I like to watch sometimes, like on Twitch or YouTube. But I play The Sims 4 and I play Animal Crossing. And I also have played Elder Scrolls Online, or ESO, which is like an offshoot of Skyrim, if y'all watching don't know what that is. But yeah, I kind of like things that are more in the fantastical realm.
Yeah. So we're actually, I think we are doing, the club team is wanting to do a community event with Animal Crossing, as well as a community event with Among Us. So hopefully we'll have something like that coming up, and that should be exciting and engage more interest, and for the casual gamer as well.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Well, for me, kind of play all kinds of games. I'm big PS4 type of guy, but the ones that I play most are FIFA, which is sports. Like I really like sports, pretty much soccer because I'm a big soccer fan, and Call of Duty, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we, well, first of all, my condolences to you guys for Copa America. I know that was a tough one, but I feel like Brazil is always going to be in the conversation for anything soccer going forward. So I'm more happy for Messi, but we also tried to do a FIFA tournament a couple of years ago, and we had some traction, but it literally was a week before we shut down, and we were going to do a watch party as well with oh man, I can't remember what tournament was going on at that time, but and I'm an Xbox guy, so I'm not going to hold it against you for your PS4, but And I guess one other thing that I want to say is it Mateus? Did I say it correctly? When you get back on campus, I would, if there's something with, you should definitely come to the arena, and then maybe we can kind of talk about it. I don't know if you have like a internship or capstone project or anything that you need to do in order, like with advertising and marketing or sponsorships. Like, we can definitely utilize some of those skills if you're interested. So you can reach out, at a different time when you get back on campus.
All right, that's actually going to be pretty helpful. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, so thank you, Andre. We have a message from Tanya for the group who says that her kids play Among Us, Fortnite, and Roblox, all of which I've definitely heard of before, and I think my brother plays all of those too. Thank you so much for coming on here today. I'm definitely excited for the future to be able to go back to the arena again to bring some of the Gear Up students there. I think that would be really exciting. And I also want to mention, you went over it really well in your presentation, but I think what we just saw, right there is a great example of how you can use video gaming to build skills for your future and create opportunities. So, students, whether you go to WMU or you go to Oakland or Michigan State or pretty much most colleges, I think in Michigan have esports now. I would assume in the country, this could be a great opportunity for you to use those skills. So thank you so much for presenting to us today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me, and I look forward to working with you all here soon.
Thank you. Are there any last minute questions before Andre has to go? All right. Tanya?
I don't know much about gaming myself, but now with the Oculus and the VR situation or sets or whatever, is that something that you're looking into, or are you keeping it with the traditional gaming? How does that work, or are there any plans for that, maybe expanding into the VR experience?
As of right now, I think we are going to stick with the PCs. I think the next popular one that everybody's doing is the mobile gaming. So we'll probably try to figure out how to incorporate that within the program. However, we do have in our, I think it's our UC or the computer lab, we do have the VR stuff there, and the students have an opportunity to utilize that and do like that type of gaming. But I don't know that it is how much that's building within the traditional esports realm yet. But I would, if it continues to grow and there's a desire for it, then we're definitely going to look into having it within WMU Esports.
Awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. I love VR. I think it's really neat. So that would be great for students too. Okay. Well, we won't take up any of your time. But we will be in contact with you for sure in the future to come over and get to play some of those games ourselves.
Love it. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you all, and have a great day and weekend.
Thank you. Go Broncos. Woo.